You! Get your hand out of your pants.
Please put your tray table up. Put the crack pipe down.
You're the least without sin person I know.
Aral, we are on the air right now.
Oh, I was digging for gold.
Wow. That's what's eating Gilbert Grape, my friends.
Well, listen, call me casual, but I love to take my time.
I don't know where your head ends and this weird turtleneck sweater begins.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to that porn star you were dating?
Oh my god, it's huge.
And now,
It's West
by Midwest.
It's the week of Monday, April 7th, 2014. This is episode 58 of West by Midwest. My name is Chuck Ganchorre. I'm broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California.
My name is Aral Gribble. I'm broadcasting live from Lansing, Michigan. And we have our producer, Rob Hubbard, broadcasting live from...
Chelsea, Michigan.
Chelsea, Michigan. Folks, we're on Google Plus Hangouts. We record live almost every Monday. And if you like our Facebook page, we'll post the link, and you can join us and hang out and post comments and check out the bangs on this week's guest.
That's right. And if you missed the live broadcast, you can always go to iTunes, where the latest episode and our past episodes are available to subscribe, stream, and download.
This podcast is brought to you by Ed Grabo. In the Goonies sequel, he would play Sloth. Ed Grabo.
So with that would make you Chunk then, am I?
Yeah,
am I
and that
correct?
would make you Data.
Oh, okay. All right. And what about Rob would be?
Andy.
You'd be Steph, right?
Steffi.
Andy.
Martha Plimpton.
Awesome. Friends, you want to stick around this week because our guests are Lizzy and Jess from the internet radio show Tuff Signals on BFF.FM.
Why won't we say their last names?
I don't know. I don't think that they want the
They don't want
public
last
to know their
names?
last. I don't know. It doesn't.
All right.
No, it says Tuff Signals with Lizzy and Jess on the website. I'm not gonna
Okay.
divulge their last names like you just did.
I didn't say anything. Look it up though. We know their last names. You could, if you pay us enough money, we'll tell you.
We'll give you their last names.
So we're really excited to have them on. They're longtime friends of the show, of us.
Not the show so much.
The show and all
Maybe
that.
not even us that much.
No, not so much us. But they're really amazing, and I'm glad we got them on the show. Yeah.
Soon.
Welcome to another week in April, my friend.
That's right. Week 2.
Week 2. How's spring treating you?
Spring's treating us real well here, man. It's like 85 degrees. How about you?
It's cold as fuck. It's almost like 40 degrees out here. It's Michigan. We got snow last week again.
Jesus. It was one of those beautiful Southern California weekends that you always hear about, where I ended up having a nice little SoCal adventure this weekend. I ran SoCal Ragnar from Huntington Beach to San Diego. That's 200 miles.
Oh my God! Not by yourself though. Ragnar's.
No,
Is Ragnar short for something?
No, it's just the name of this.
What's the name come from? Do you know?
I have no idea. I just pay the money to run for no reason.
Isn't it like a Viking word for like a
Stupid.
trek or something?
For a waste of a weekend.
Easy, guys.
Sorry.
was
But so you
beautiful.
run with a group of people, and you run for like 24 hours straight, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we did it in a little over 24, like 26 hours or something like that. Just down
Wow.
the Pacific coastline. So yeah, it was awesome. I also went
Congratulations,
parasailing.
man.
Thank you. I went parasailing for the first time this weekend.
That's my kind of thing. Let the wind do the work, man.
Well, I don't know if there's a certain limit
Weight
for
limit?
us to go on the I'm not sure. I don't know if the kind of boat that we were on
This boat don't go fast enough for you, my
can't
friend.
throw this guy up in the air like that.
You're
But I
a
felt-
horrible friend.
I felt terrible though because we were there for our friend Liz's birthday.
Right.
And it turned out, we didn't know this, but there was another couple celebrating a birthday on there, and like me, 2 other couples, Dave Craze, we ended up getting, doing it first before the birthday guests on the boat, and when it came time for like Liz and Cooper and our friend Natalie to get up there, the winds had picked up so much, and it was kind of too dangerous that the people that were celebrating birthdays on the boat didn't actually get to parasail. It was like all the other people.
You are horrible,
I
friend.
felt terrible, man. I was like,
So
oh, shit.
both like birthday like groups, because was it like 2 people?
Yeah, there was a couple that was celebrating, and then there was us celebrating Liz's birthday, a bunch of us, and
the birthday girls didn't get to go.
did not get up in the air.
You're a jerk, man. Come on.
I had a wonderful
birthday
time.
party.
It was amazing parasailing up there. It was like, oh gosh, I felt like a bird. It was crazy.
I'm sure. A greedy fucking bird.
Honestly, you know what the experience was like? It was like it was my birthday up there. I'm telling you right now.
Are you the kind of guy who like takes the first piece of cake at somebody else's birthday party?
Hell no, I'm not gonna do
like,
that.
Open their presents for them? You're the worst.
Maybe ice cream cake.
Happy birthday, Liz. Chuck's
birthday,
really
Liz.
sorry. But that
So
not the
sorry.
same Liz. That's a different Liz. It's our
Right.
comedian friend Liz.
Liz.
So yeah, man, parasailing. It looks like fun. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
check
to
it out.
see if I can find a boat that goes Mach 10, so I can get up in the air. A German landlord tries to collect rent with a chainsaw.
Yikes! What
Yeah.
happened?
A landlord demanding rent arrears threatened tenants and German police with a whirring chainsaw, a police spokesman said on Wednesday. The frightened tenants called police to the scene, and the 45-year-old man eventually dropped the chainsaw when the officers showed their guns. That's true. That's a gun versus chainsaw. Gun wins.
You're gonna lose.
The spokesman said the landlord was apparently trying to collect 13,000 euros, which is about $17,900, in rent on a flat in the southern town of Bourgois.
That is a lot of money, though. I mean, like
Right, that's a lot of arrears.
20,000 in arrears.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna have to take measures that might include a chainsaw.
You remember Mr. Rice, our old landlord?
Yeah, our racist old landlord, Mr. Rice.
Why was he racist?
Because he called me Oriental and his last name was Rice.
He did. He referred to you because you were always working and I wasn't. I was sort of living off of my auto show money for a while.
Right.
So he'd always come by and be like, "Hey, Earl, where's your Oriental buddy?" Like he's Filipino, first
Asian
of all.
American, please.
But you could just call him by his name, Chuck. Most American name possible. Oriental, fucking racist. Yeah, I owed him. I didn't owe him $17,000, but I owed Mr. Rice some money. He had to take me. Well, he almost took me to court.
Really?
Yeah, he had to send me a letter. It was like, "Oh, hey, Earl, I hate to do this to you, buddy, but your Oriental friend paid me up, but you still owe me about $400." And yeah.
Yikes.
So, but he didn't get to the chainsaw.
Right, that's
Which is
good.
good.
Jesus. A masturbating yogi throws dead animal at car and gets arrested.
There's so many things wrong with this story. Like, where do you begin?
Bill Cashel, 68, was arrested last month after Jared Tying, a United States Park police officer, responded to a complaint about a disorderly male subject along the Mount Vernon Trail in Northern Virginia. 2 female witnesses pointed Ting in the direction of Cashel, a Washington, D.C. resident, who was holding a yoga pose nearby.
Did they say which one?
I don't know.
Like
Pre-pose.
downward dog.
The women said that they were walking along a bike trail when Cashel, who was waving his arms and shouting odd statements, dropped his pants and began masturbating.
Oh!
Thereafter, the subject then picked up a dead animal, ran into the northbound lanes of travel on the George Washington Memorial Parkway, and threw the dead animal at a passing car, according to a U.S. District Court complaint. After flinging the animal, Cashel returned to the trail, pointed at both women, and masturbated again, Ting said.
Of course. I mean, you got to finish what you start.
I mean, like, even if you have to pause for a moment to run into the middle of the freeway, throw a dead animal.
A dead animal, right. You got to go back and finish.
Finish the job, right?
What kind of yoga routine is that? Chuck, you do yoga. Is that like a new craze? Is that like...
It's the new trend in yoga, guys.
Right.
It's park yoga, dropping your fucking chonies, and masturbating.
You do a little downward dog. You do a little reposed cricket. I don't know any other down leg yoga poses.
Pigeon pose.
You do a little pigeon pose, and then you do a little masturbating crazy person. That's the next pose.
And then you toss pigeons at Actually, they didn't disclose what kind of they didn't say
animal.
what kind of dead animal.
I'm gonna guess it was not like a deer or a buffalo.
Right. No, it had to be probably like a street chicken or a sewer rat or something that Cashel was hanging out with.
It was
who was leading his yoga session.
It was not a street chicken. It was wasn't it? It was in a state park. I'm sure it was like a raccoon. I don't know why I said raccoon. A raccoon.
Maybe a skunk.
Yeah, but it wasn't a street chicken, which is what Chuck and I lovingly call pigeons. I remember when Cooper and I were out in New York, man, I used to say I could live on the streets of New York just eating street chicken.
Street chicken.
Those suckers are huge. So what happened to the guy? Is he all right?
He was arrested on March 27th on the misdemeanor disorderly conduct, obscene acts.
Oh, nothing about the yoga though, but that part's okay.
Right. He's leading yoga in the local jailhouse now.
Right. He does a yoga class. Little hot yoga. Bikram. Isn't that what it's called? Bikram style?
Yeah, Bikram yoga.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, you do.
You're going to fucking take yoga from this dude. I thought yoga was supposed to chill you out, man.
Yeah, it's supposed to calm you down, meditate, take you to a higher place.
How many times have you masturbated and then thrown an animal after yoga? Couple times.
Maybe once or twice. During an extensively hot session. I'll use it as restorative.
Oh, man. Awesome.
We didn't decide on who was reading this next article.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Oh, okay, all right.
I thought it was yours, so you were going to take it, but, dude, it's a chupacabra story.
This is all you. You believe in mythical creatures.
Mythical chupacabra was euthanized in Texas. That's right, man. They found a chupacabra.
Why would they euthanize it, though?
Somebody's got those things. It's dangerous, man. They got claws and talons and fangs. They'll suck your blood.
They're
little
real.
alien vampires is what they is.
They're not real.
All right, this weird-looking creature captured in Ratcliffe, Texas, has been put down. Jackie Stock, the woman who found the animal, which resembles a raccoon with mange, tells TMZ, oh, this is a TMZ story.
So it's got to be true.
Got to be true. She was advised to euthanize the animal because it was suffering. Stock said after video of the creature went wide Thursday, PETA started sending her and her husband messages saying they were upset by the fact that the animal was in captivity and not receiving proper treatment.
Wait, so was PETA angry?
PETA was pissed because the chupacabra wasn't being treated right.
Okay, so PETA recognizes the chupacabra? I don't think so. Man,
yeah, PETA's like, that's my good old friend, the chupacabra. Just like a dolphin, he deserves love.
Bullshit.
How do you properly treat chupacabra?
You sit there and feed it goats or something. I don't know. What?
Right. That thing eats goats and rides in fucking UFOs. She was also told if the animal really was a chupacabra, it would have sucked the blood out of the goats next door before its capture. Now, that's true.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Stock was advised it was most likely a raccoon with mange that was in pain.
Mange is a parasitic kind of skin disease that...
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like, I mean, it looks like with my haircut, it looks like I have mange today.
You're pretty mangy today.
I am mangy. Stock adds the animal was never examined or tested to specifically identify it. How do you identify it? She's like, I didn't do the chupacabra blood test. You're right. She took it to the shelter.
We'll just say it's a chupacabra. Everyone will believe us.
That's what those those boys did for the Bigfoot, the Dyer brothers or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they took a gorilla suit, put some like perfume on it, and called it Bigfoot. So she took it to the shelter and was told, quote, it went to sleep very peacefully, adding, I had gotten attached. I was calling him Choopy. He will be missed.
Oh my God, this lady is so delusional.
It's not, man. You know what? I'm gonna like take a picture of myself, like with this haircut, take my glasses off, and like put it online and be like, I found chupacabra.
It's Choopy. Such bullshit. TMZ will be at your door, like,
Where's Choopy?
bust your door down.
And then Pete is gonna be calling, being like, put him down. Look at that kid.
That's fucking Bigfoot.
That a Bigfoot he's clearly being mistreated. Looks like he hasn't gone outside in months, which is truth.
All right. Well, Teresa Ganchorre says I am mangy. Wonderful.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. Thanks for listening. All right. So let's.
Without further ado, let's bring on
this.
This is like the fastest podcast I think we've ever done.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Because we feel really guilty about making our guests wait to come on now. Like so much so that one of them isn't even ready. Like
Yeah,
Jess
she's like she just woke up from a nap.
Jess was just doing yoga, throwing animals at cars. Ladies and gentlemen, Jess and Lizzy. Is it Lizzy and Jess or Jess and Lizzy? What's the...
As long as it's not Jizzy and Les, we're good.
Oh,
Jizzy and Les.
Gross. Oh.
It's Lizzy and Jess from Tuff Signals to the show. Welcome, ladies. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So you both host a fun alternative music internet radio show called Tuff Signals on BFF.FM. Best frequencies forever from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific. Wednesday nights. So tell us a little bit about the show first before we go any further.
Well, we basically...
Is there a fucking... Are you guys live via satellite?
my computer's a little
for
slow,
5 minutes and then... So, Aral.
Come on, you guys know what we're like.
No, it's true. Okay, tell us about the show. Lizzy, tell us about the show.
So I'm in Detroit and Jess is in San Francisco, and they're both cities that have a long-standing history with garage rock, which is something that Jess and I kind of got into in a big way over the last 5 years or so. So basically every week I play a bunch of bands from the Midwest, and Jess plays a bunch of bands from the West Coast.
Oh,
that is awesome. Just like West by Midwest, except all we do is bring ourselves from the Midwest and the West Coast. That's awesome. So you two are both originally from here. We should tell our listeners we actually met these two and worked with them. I don't know, or worked for them.
Worked? Yeah.
I don't know if work is even a good word.
Mom.
This is dating us. This makes like this is. We'll get to the creepy part later, but we're much like the yoga guy. We were teachers, directors. What?
Quote unquote. All of these things.
None of these things for a group called the Young Actors Guild in Ann Arbor when you two were little high school actors.
Yeah,
it's true.
See, I told you.
Embarrassing days.
Very embarrassing.
And then you both moved out to San Francisco at some point, right?
Yeah, in
after we graduated. Yeah.
Lizzy and I can't actually talk at different times. We always talk at the same time.
Yeah, me and Chuck do the same thing.
It's an
issue. It took us 58 episodes and we're still fucking up.
How long have you guys been doing the show?
We are about to do our
6 months?
26th episode, so wow. I think we started in September or October.
Awesome.
They're catching up to us.
Yeah.
They are. Well, and they'll last a lot longer than we will too, you know. I'm ready to quit every week. So
every single week.
Cool. So what makes garage rock different from other rock and roll?
Yeah,
good questions from West.
Hard-hitting questions.
I would ask Rob, but he's playing Tetris on his computer right now.
You're gonna ask Rob about garage rock?
I'll ask Rob about anything.
He'll still play on our show on Wednesday.
Oh right.
We're gonna ask you guys about it. Well, it's I I kind of think of it as like a carefree version of punk, like a carefree, messy version of punk. And it kind of predates punk. Jess is looking like she doesn't agree with me.
No, I do. Mm. I was thinking of how I would describe it. I'm not sure. I could pick it out if it's playing, but
yeah, a lot of garage bands tend to sing about partying and pizza and hanging out with their friends and.
Sounds like a bunch of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's not a super deep genre, generally speaking.
Yeah, not so highbrow on the intellectual scale.
That's awesome. Sounds like our kind of music here.
Yeah.
A lot of it's pretty lo-fi, just kind of fun.
How did you get into listening to it?
Low production value.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I feel like it was sort of a natural progression from what we were into when we were younger, in a way. Like it.
Hanging out with old dudes and doing.
Exactly. What we were into when we were younger.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were younger than as young as you are right now?
This is not necessarily going to make that statement make a whole lot more sense. We were pretty heavily into emo when we were younger.
Oh, right.
And I think there's not a lot of current and then we were also into indie rock, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Who wasn't into indie rock? And indie started to get really boring. Like there was a lot of like that like folky like Fleet Foxes, like Bon Iver stuff coming out, which is all really good. But I always like really appreciate music that like has some punch and some like, I don't want to use the word anger, but I imagine that would describe it more accurately for some people than
passion.
Another
That's
word.
a good word.
So, yeah, passion, I guess.
When Lynn gets mad at me, I think she's
things...
full of passion.
Passion, full of fire.
So
yeah.
Cool. Well, tell us about the like Best Frequencies Forever. How did you get hooked up with them, and like how did this whole thing come about?
So it's kind of a cool story. Actually, a good friend of mine moved out to San Francisco maybe about 2 years ago now, and she was always really super into radio, and she for a minute joined a community radio station here, and but it was sort of somewhat dysfunctional. So at some point she was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go start my own radio station, and I'm going to probably put on all the shows, and nobody's going to listen, and it's going to be great. But she, started talking to all her friends about it, and she happens to have a group of friends that are all super into music, and so we all got really excited about it. And she actually managed to secure a space in this really cool venue that we have a history with. So that kind of kick-started BFF. So once she got the space, it was like, well, it's go time. And I was like, I want to do a show. And then like 2 months later, I was like, no, really, I do want to do a show.
Remember how I said I wanted to do a show? Yeah. I was serious.
Yeah. So I convinced Lizzy that she had to do the show with me because I couldn't do it on my own.
Awesome.
So as you guys know, Jess and I cannot do anything without the other one.
Right.
Some things never change.
Yeah. That's how I got. Chuck came home for the holidays, and I was like, I want to do a podcast, but I can't do it alone. So
it's gonna have to be Chuck.
Chuck.
And for a second there, we didn't do it with Rob, but then we were like, nah, gotta have Rob.
One episode. Then Rob was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Can I hang out? So Best Friends Frequencies is Best Frequencies Forever. I was going to say BFF. BFF.FM it's online, but can you also is it on air as well? Like you can listen to it.
It's
locally?
not. It's not currently on air. It's online on the website. You can also listen to it on a couple of apps, like on your phone, SoundTap and TuneIn. Are both ones that you can find it on. And I think we're thinking about trying to get on the, actual frequencies at some point, but it takes some doing, so we're not there yet.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need like a tower. I don't know.
You gotta have some wires and And like a tower.
Don't you need like a dish? I don't know how it works, like a satellite.
License.
Oh right, you also need a license. They just started a pirate radio show.
You gotta teach us not to swear on the air.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the hard part.
That's the tough part. That's the joy of internet. Nobody cares.
Exactly.
You can talk about masturbating yoga men all day long. Nobody cares.
Who doesn't want to hear about that?
Seriously. Chuck, are you all right?
No, I thought my shit was frozen there for a second. Sorry.
I thought you said your shoe. I was like, how'd you freeze your shoe?
I had it in the freezer for a little bit. Just took it out for dinner. So back to.
I was like, I'll pause and let Chuck ask something, and this is what happened.
Bringing it back to our relationship, you know, we used to work.
Oh, here we go.
A long time ago. What was that? What were we saying, Aral? On a scale of 1 to 10, how creepy were we back in the day?
Now it's in your
our eyes are in everyone else's eyes.
Oh, we'll just start with yours, and then
we'll start with
else.
yours, and then we'll go on.
It's a scale of 1 to 10. I don't know, maybe like a 5. But
Hey,
like
that's
how my
close.
mom let me hang out with you, so.
Yeah, my mom was actually not a fan. So Lizzie's mom, I guess, knew you guys a little better. My mom
Was like, who are these old dudes?
Well, mostly she was like, "You're not allowed to hang out with those dudes," and I was like, "All right, go and hang out with Lizzie." And then,
and a bunch of old men.
This truth comes out.
We're noting at this point that by old, he means 20.
Right.
yeah,
Right. We were what?
21?
Early to mid 20s?
23 or something.
24. And, you know, you were both 17?
16,
Yeah, right.
17?
Kind of that neighborhood.
Oh.
Nearly legal.
But I can understand. Rob looks much older and always has. So Chuck and I, we would walk into your high school and teachers would be like, "Hey, man,
Jim's that way."
Jim's that way, guys. Where's your hall pass?"
That's how they
Although
treat everyone at community.
right, because you went to one of those alternative high schools, so everybody wandered the halls anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, "You're just
Right.
waiting for somebody to get abducted in this school."
Yeah, they weren't too worried.
But Rob has a different kind of vibe, and so I could see how parents wouldn't let their kids hang out with him.
Well, Rob also projected kind of like a more adult vibe too. I mean, he was the one who was directing, like doing most of the right and like
The work?
You mean like a responsible adult vibe, or like
I mean,
a rapey adult vibe?
like I would say like a responsible. I mean, he was the one who kind of pulled us into this thing, right? And like we were the degenerates hanging out and being like,
but I
"Hey."
think, Rob, did you have any ulterior motives for hanging out with these folks?
No, he was there to teach and right.
Rob?
What? I don't remember hanging out a whole lot. You guys hung out with the girls a lot more than I did.
Whoa, for real? No,
Oh,
that's not
that's
true.
not
That might be true.
What?
Yeah, because I know we hung out a lot around shows and once in a while in between and things. And certainly after you got out of high school and we got into the adult scene and we saw each other at the bar a few times.
That's not true.
But I feel like you guys hung out with Chuck and Aral a lot more like back in the day than with me.
Whoa.
That's because at the time there was a moment where Chuck and I were homeless. We were like squatting on people's couches.
Oh yeah, remember the apartment?
The APT.
The APT?
The APT.
This was a friend of mine who went out of town. Somebody to watch her place for her and feed her cat. And Chuck slept on the floor. And
Oh my God.
we had the neighbor upstairs yell at us a couple of times.
Yeah, he hated us, man. We were smoking
Hated us.
pot.
He was the one who started calling us degenerates.
For the
And that was the most endearing thing I'd ever heard. So I was like, "Oh no, I'm a degenerate."
He's pretty cool. Yeah, we would smoke weed on their stoop, and he'd be like, "Put that shit out, you goddamn degenerates!" We're like, whoa. Thought we were in Ann Arbor. I don't know.
All right, I thought this was legal inside the city limits.
Damn it, Aral, the truth came out, man. We were really creepy.
Yeah,
and even
we're
Rob
creepy.
was like, "You guys are totally hanging." I wasn't doing it. I was professional about the whole thing.
I was doing the things I was supposed to be doing.
Right. Right.
I don't know. You guys might be giving Rob too much credit there, but
See, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jess remembers it right. Considering they were the ones who weren't smoking marijuana the entire time, trust their memories a little better. It was rough. Those were some lovely times, but I remember them being also some of my darker days. I think there was a rehearsal for Winter's Tale where I may have smuggled in a thing of juice and vodka.
Oh wow.
Oh
We
yeah,
were
you guys
around
got like
children.
roped into actually acting in that because we like didn't have enough boys
Yeah.
who could actually play male parts because
Yeah.
they were all
yeah, like the older male parts. 'Cause all our boys looked like they were.
You can only have Jess cross cast as a man so many times. So
Yeah. So I got to play the old dude who exits pursued by bear. That was me. Pretty awesome.
Oh man. These memories.
mm.
So later this week we're going to be featured on your show. Is that correct?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
I
we're
was
really
gonna-
excited.
We are.
Not anymore, but
Yeah, and you're like, nope, it's over.
We're gonna play some songs for you and then have you guys, I don't know, like review them or something. I think.
awesome. I'm a little
We'll ask you
nervous
some questions,
because
too.
you two are some super music nerds, and I mean,
Yeah.
basically everything you've said went over my head today. I don't know. I've never heard
Right.
of garage rock or. Wait,
I don't know.
what were some-
Screamo from.
What are some of your favorite bands? What are some of your favorite garage rock bands?
The OCs, mostly.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're required to say that. I don't know, the Gories, right? Blanking on everything I know right now.
What are
Somebody
some?
asked
So are those?
Band
Are those?
I'm like, I don't know.
Are those local bands?
All of them.
The
I
OCs
mean,
are from San Francisco. Sorry.
Oh,
Jess.
okay.
The Gories are from Detroit. Some other good stuff. The Audacity, they're from LA.
Okay.
Together Pangea, I just saw them play and they were super good.
Together Pangea.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Hubbard and I were in a band in high school called Pangea.
Oh, yeah? You know what? They
Oh,
used
no.
to be called...
We were called Gondwana Land, which is
Gondwana.
the
got some of
second
those
continent.
recordings for our show on Wednesday.
Yeah, wait. Things have just changed. We
Oh,
can
yeah.
play that shit.
Rob's gonna play his signature single out. What was it? Flight of the Bees. Flight of the Bees.
War with the Bees. I don't
War
remember.
with the Bees. Rob Hubbard.
Rob, can you find us a copy of that?
I'll find it.
I don't think it's out there.
I believe I have a VHS copy of Rob and I performing it at the Mr. Pinckney High School contest.
Ooh, we gotta get that.
Can't
So
play
bad.
bees anymore. It's illegal.
We gotta,
It's illegal.
So
What else?
I'm trying to think. No. Chuck.
well, I propose that when we come on your show Wednesday, we're gonna come on with a list of band names, and you have to tell us if
They're
they're
real
actual
or not?
garage bands, or we made up the names.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually.
Sweet.
Are you going to do any research, or are you just going to make
No,
stuff up?
I'll do
we'll-
some research.
Yeah, Chuck will find the real ones and I'll just come up with the name.
It's
Salty
gonna come up with a
chicken.
couple hard. There's a lot of...
Wait, what?
Come up with a couple on the spot right now.
The dirty socks,
Nah,
salty rubber chicken.
No.
that could be.
I call him Choopy.
Tyne Daly's dick.
Ew. LSD. I don't know.
We'll have better names.
They'll be better.
Wednesday.
I didn't say they were funny.
Gondwana Land.
Gondwana.
Awesome.
So I have to say, when we decided to do this show, I was like, wait a minute, those guys have a show called West by Midwest. Should we call our show West by Midwest? And Lizzy was like, no, we can come up with something better. Lizzy totally shot that idea down. I was like, it'd be pretty funny if we just ripped off their name.
Could always change it, Jess.
Yeah, you could always change it. I'm hoping you change your name and we get more listeners because they tune in looking for you.
Yeah.
They're like, who are these two jackasses?
These aren't Lizzy and Jess.
Well,
we couldn't this week.
All right. They have colds. They said they're old and creepy. What happened? Well, we couldn't be more proud of you, even if you haven't taken our name. And we hope only the best for your show.
Yes.
What are your goals, sort of long term, for this for Tuff Signals?
We don't really know. Maybe keep doing it for a while.
To get that quality music to the people. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there's not a whole lot of goal. It's more just it's fun. It's like a great way to keep up with what's going on, and it's 2 hours that Lizzy and I get to hang out. So
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Even though,
I imagine that that's one of your goals.
Yep, it's the only goal. It's just hanging out with
2 hours.
and bringing old friends on and making them feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable for 20 years and going.
West by Midwest. So if people want to check out your show or they want to communicate with you in some way or whatever, what can they do?
yeah, you can go to bff.fm and click listen. You can listen to our show on Wednesdays from 6 to 9 or
6 to 8.
yeah, 6 to 8 or 9 to 11.
9 to 11
Eastern.
Eastern time.
Or you can find us on Facebook at Tuff Signals and like us, and we let you know when we're going to be on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And also, in big news, I just joined Twitter.
This is really big.
Woohoo!
First
I
time
forced
ever.
an issue during the show last week.
Yeah,
Nice.
actually,
Nice.
it's Lizzy's fault. She signed me up for Twitter, but now we have a Twitter handle called Tuff Signals, so you can find us there.
Awesome.
Excellent.
We also have a Twitter handle that nobody tweets at, so
We don't even
Oh,
use
well,
no
here we
one
come.
should follow ours. But we'll follow you. West by Midwest will follow Tuff Signals, and it'll be
All right.
awesome.
Sounds good.
So we cannot wait to be on your show
Yeah.
in a couple
Yeah, we
days.
can't wait to have you.
We're really going to bring down the quality. We apologize ahead of time. So
We're working on some really good set lists for you guys. So
Yeah.
be
awesome.
excited.
Can't wait.
Excited.
Well, thank you again for being on the show, and
Yeah, thank you for having us.
yeah, it's
See
good
you
to
in a
see
couple
you.
nights.
Yeah, you too.
See you, ladies. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lizzy and Jess from Tuff Signals on the show.
Awesome.
Thanks
Every
again.
Wednesday night. Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
All grown up.
All grown up. You see how we mold young minds?
See how we mold young minds? I like how much Rob really evaded the topic. Like he worked really hard to seem way above board. Just between you and me, my friend, Rob Hubbard was not at all above board. We're just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna go into details.
We're just gonna stay there.
We'll stay there.
Everyone had a situation.
We all maybe
We all
danced on the line. We'll just put it there. Just put it there.
stick to that.
So before we go, let's.
It's time for voicemails. Let's listen to some voicemails, Rob. You alerted us to
It's time for
a couple of
voicemails.
calls.
Ladies and gentlemen, voicemails on the show.
That's right, voicemails. Do we have a voicemail song?
Nope.
Oh.
You're the producer. That's your job.
What? I thought you wanted to come up with one.
Oh, no, I don't do work.
All right, well, here we go.
What do we got here?
Good evening. This is John Fannin with Holland Freight calling back. I spoke to somebody in the accounts payable department recently regarding the past due for invoice. They
Damn
advised me
it!
I needed to contact C.H. Robinson for payment details. I called C.H. Robinson, and they advised me I needed either
Is that us? Are we
a
CH?
specialty number or a CHR load number, which neither are I have available. So
All right,
I would
stop
need
it.
somebody in the accounts table to.
Wow, dude. That fool. Whoever lived in your house prior.
Is that a collection agency?
That was a collection agency, wasn't it?
How do we? Somebody call Ed Gribble. How do we already owe money? Is that it? Is that our only?
No, we got a couple more.
All right.
Oh, okay, all right.
Want the next one?
Yes.
A real one, please.
Hey guys, this is Ed. I'm just calling about the David Craze episode.
Oh, Ed Gribble.
And you guys have done a bit about blacking out. I personally consider myself something of a subject matter expert. And pretty sure if the guy in Vegas needs me to, I can testify in a court as the expert witness on that subject. So thank you for not consulting me on the one thing I know anything about.
Was that it?
That was our producer, Ed Gribble.
And then he just angrily hung up.
He just hung up on us.
That's our producer, Ed Gribble, who does. We told lots of stories about him blacking out, didn't we?
Yeah, for sure we did.
Yeah, I passed out with him on the lawn, and I was like arm around him in one breath. I said, "Oh, I love you, Ed Gribble. You're my best friend." And then literally 2 seconds later, I was like, "I'm going inside, man. Fuck this." And I left him on the lawn all night long.
Blacked out.
Okay, is that it? Is there one more?
There is one more.
Oh, great.
All right.
Let me switch over.
At CVS Pharmacy, located at 935 South Main Street, corner of US 12, Chelsea, Michigan.
What is
All right.
CVS Pharmacy, Rob, you got your prescriptions?
You gotta pick up your Valtrex, Rob. Did you forget to
Get your Ambien?
I don't know. They don't have this number for me, anyways. I don't
So
know. It must be some-
there's some poor bastard who owes money and also is heavily medicated, but is not getting his medications.
He can't get his prescriptions because
West by Midwest took his phone number.
Well, we could do the right thing and hunt this guy down and let him know.
Nope.
When
All
is
right,
this-
so
when have we ever done the right thing?
exactly. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WestXMidwest. Subscribe, stream, download, write a review on iTunes. Go to our website, westxmidwestpodcast.com. There you can find our Twitter handle. You can email us. You can find past episodes. But leave us a voicemail, 734-562-2385.
Yeah, come on, leave us a voicemail. Ed Gribble did. It was an angry voicemail. It was the best part about the show, besides our guests.
Exactly. And if you want a double dose of West by Midwest, we will be on Tuff Signals this Wednesday night on BFF.FM.
Or if
6
you want a
p.m.
double dose of Tuff Signals.
That's right. Double dose on everybody.
Everybody this week. 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time, 9 to 11 Eastern. Tune in.
BFF.FM.
So if you go to Tuff Signals on Facebook, or if you go to our Facebook page, we'll also have the link. Rob's going to cough all the way
Rob's
through
dying. He's going to cough through everything.
So,
I thought I was muted. I'm so sorry.
Rob stays muted for the whole show. When he unmutes himself, he coughs. It's a hack fest. Speaking of hack fest, let's end this one. What do you
That's
think?
right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you Wednesday night or next week on West by Midwest. I'm Chuck Ganchorre.
I'm Aral Gribble. On behalf of Rob Hubbard, this has been West by Midwest. See you on Wednesday.